Born in Asheville, North Carolina in 1922, Floyd McKissick Sr. became one of four black men to be the first African Americans to gain admittance to UNC Chapel Hill's School of Law. He did so after joining a successful lawsuit against UNC in 1951. McKissick served as the National Executive Director of the Congress on Racial Equality in the 1960s, and in the 1970s he broke ground on a planned community on 1,800 acres of land in rural eastern North Carolina, which he named Soul City. McKissick lived in Soul City until his death in 1991.
Black people want to have the choice to live where they want to.
A Negro leader today announced plans for creation of a black-built, black-owned town to be called Soul City in North Carolina.
In this new town, persons will be able to control their own destinies.
Seeing this whole thing being transformed was the most liberating thing I've ever experienced in my lifetime.
Affordable housing, people were going to get jobs. That's what made sense back then. We thought we had a very good plan in place. The question then was how we could execute any of it. Even as President Nixon on down were trying to make a case that they were very supportive. On the ground, we didn't have the dollars.
There was a discomfort level for many people who were not African American. I mean, let's be real. The boss is a black guy.
Senator Helms responded saying, one of my first acts is going to be to try to close you down.
I can't help to think that that's politically motivated and possibly racially motivated.
We're here. We did it. Stop talking about it. This is going to work. The city's coming.
In this new town, persons will be able to control their own destiny.
Floyd McKissick left Harlem to create his vision of black power in the rural South.
Affordable housing. Healthcare, people were going to get jobs. We thought we had a very good plan in place. The question then was how we could execute any of it.
Building is empowering. I want to be a part of building something new. That was the dream for me, to be a piece of this, because we wanted to be transformed.
But not everyone supported the radical project.
Senator Helms responded, one of my first acts is going to be to try to close you down.
I mean, let's be real. The boss is a black guy.
There are some folk who don't believe that a black man could do it or should be doing it.
For thousands of years, people have traveled through Warren County on the ancient beaten road called the Indian Trading Path. This road, which bisected the county and state of North Carolina from northeast to southwest, was a well-worn and marked footpath for trade, predecessor to the modern paved Interstate 85 that somewhat follows the old trail today. I think that the interesting thing is that there were many paths in a way, and this is what is really known as the Great Trading Path, in that it was heavily used into the historic period. And I think that it helped open up not only North Carolina, the central part of North Carolina to settlement, but it helped open up the entire country along the same lines. By the 1670s, European traders carried gunpowder, shotgun guns, iron tools and kettles, blankets, and brass, copper, and glass beads into the wilderness of North Carolina, with horse trains numbering into the hundreds, each packed with goods. All that remains of the ancient trail are the modern highways and many historical markers, including the marker on US 1 in Norlina, erected in 1941 to preserve the memory of the ancient Indian trading path.
Rail transportation began in Warren County in 1840 upon the completion of the Raleigh and Gaston Railroad. Warrenton was a proposed location for the railroad, but the townspeople rejected it, and the reason it was chosen as a possible location is because it was the largest town between Raleigh and Gaston. Later, the townspeople regretted their decision, and a short line railroad was put between Warren Plains and Warrenton, and it was 3 miles long, and it was supposedly the shortest full gauge railroad in the world. Upon the completion of the Raleigh and Gaston Railroad in the next few decades, train depots were put in Macon, Warren Plains, Ridgeway, and Manson.
Well, Dr. Hawkins, after he graduated from medical school in 1845, purchased a tract of land and started building his estate in Ridgeway, adjacent to the railroad tracks, because he saw the importance of the railroad and knew that he wanted to be part of it. And eventually he did become a very important part of it.
First members of the train when I was going to Ridgeway School, and they had the first steam engine came through, and the school closed and took all us up to the railroad, to the highway, so we could see the train go through. And that little train, at that time, we could catch it and go to Manson, wherever, and stop anywhere, just like a bus.
My father was a sharecropper, and when they started the railroad through Warren County up to Norlina, they got jobs. My father quit work on the farm at age 12 and started working for the Seaboard Railway. He had 5 sons altogether, and all 5 sons worked for the railway. One was an engineer, one was a cook, a chef, and 2 were bridgemen. And they all retired except one uncle, the one is chef.
Rapidly, Norlina began to grow. New commercial businesses popped up near the railroad line. And in 1913, the town was incorporated. In the 1920s, US 1 was completed through Warren County, and this put a new boom into Norlina area because now commercial businesses were built along the new highway of US 1 along with a new hotel. The railroad continued to boom in Norlina until after World War II. By World War II, Norlina was a very busy depot because there was dozens of troop trains going through the town every day. At this time, Norlina had a freight yard, switcher engines, and a round table. After World War II, the railroads all over the country began to decline, including the ones going through Norlina. By the 1950s, Norlina has a devastating blow because the switching yard is changed from Norlina to Raleigh.
I was coming from California in 47, and from California to Chicago, it was integrated. Then when we got to Chicago, we saw a little change. When we got to Washington, D.C., it was a total change. Absolutely. And when we got to Washington, the only thing the conductor would say, okay, look at your ticket. He said, track 1, car 5. If a white person come up, he said, track 1, car 6, or something like that.
Of course, we sat generally one car behind the mail car, and we caught all the soot and the debris from the engine. That's when they had the coal-fired engine.
The conductor, which always was white, he would get out with a stool at the white car. The porter would get out with a stool where the black people live. And then the conductor would get the tickets in the white car, and then the porter would come in and say, get your tickets ready, get your tickets ready. And then the conductor would come through the black car.
In the 1960s, North Carolina takes a devastating blow because Interstate 85 is completed. This means the heavy volume of traffic that was on US 1 was diverted to the new interstate, so commercial businesses along that highway started a slow decline, including the service stations, hotel, and other commercial businesses.
The black man thought that he could go to the city and would be accepted with open arms because the slogan has been go north. This is where the opportunities were. So he left the farming area and he went north, and he found that if he went there in great numbers, that the white people really didn't want it. And actually the white people moved out to the suburbs, and now the cities have become all black. And so black people have been running and chasing whites from one locality to the other. I think it's time that we quit chasing whites, quit trying to be like whites, come right back to the land where we started from and really start building and
This is Floyd McKissick Sr. that's talking.
build an economy. We can build an economy on this land.
It looks as if it's business as usual in the Old South. A plantation, a decaying old mansion, harvesting time in the tobacco fields. But now there's a difference. Amid these reminders of another age, there is a drastic change underway on this land. This is to be the site of a bold new experiment. On this property, formerly a plantation, a new city will rise. A city inspired and controlled by blacks. It is Soul City, situated in Warren County, North Carolina. The guiding light behind the project is Floyd McKissick, well known nationally for his years of struggle in the civil rights movement.
As far as you can see around here, we own. This is where Soul City will rise into its own. Right now, we got a population of 56 people. We started off in January with 1. In about 17 years, 50,000 people will live in this town, and we'll have industry, medical services. We'll have anything comparable to what other cities have without the manifest problems that the major metropolitan areas have today. The truth of the matter is the problem starts here, and the problem is merely identity.
Hold up, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna show y'all how the house where he at now. I'm gonna show y'all how it look today. I'm gonna take this background off. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all this. I don't know if y'all can see that. That's actually where he's standing at now. That's how it looks today. They actually remodeling it, doing a little work to it. So this y'all can see it. Salute Yogi.
By a process of migration to the big urban centers in New York, Boston, Chicago, and etc. But this is the highest point of migration in North Carolina to the city. And until we say, look, we're going to start solving the problem here, then we'll never solve the problem in the cities.
In December of 1969, Floyd McKissick Sr., former national civil rights leader and attorney, bought over 5,000 acres of land for Soul City, of which he became the founder and developer. Soul City, funded by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, was designed to promote self-help, empowerment, and community economic development. Its centralized location was ideal, halfway between New York and Atlanta, only a couple of miles from Interstate 85, and the Seaboard Coastline Railroad ran through the property. The area currently houses the largest employer in Warren County.
Ultimately backed out was because they didn't believe that the federal government would stand by Soul City. And it turned out they were right. The federal government didn't stand by Soul City, and its failure to communicate clearly that it supported the town is what led industry to be reluctant to build there.
Early on in our conversation, you mentioned that there are some people in Soul City still today who moved there in the 1970s. What's the status of Soul City today? Is it technically a city? Does it have a city government? Is it incorporated to some other county or city? And is there a desire to hold on to that legacy and try to, you know, still turn it into what it was supposed to be?
Soul City is today just an unincorporated part of Warren County, which is in north central North Carolina, just below the Virginia border.
Yo, tomorrow, right? I'm gonna show y'all how it look now. You get what I'm saying? Like this shit done came a long fucking ways, yo. I'm talking about. Oh my god, I'm gonna show it. Like I be showing y'all the basketball court and like the swimming pool and shit. That's part of like the development and shit, yo. But yo, years after he passed, yo, they finally damn built this place, yo. Honestly, I reside here. You get what I'm saying? I can speak on it. You get what I'm saying? Like I can speak on that shit. This is side right here and shit. So I will be showing y'all how that shit look, yo, for real. Like the whole community. I'm gonna do that shit tomorrow though. That's where he was standing at doing those speeches back in the day. I'm gonna show a better view of this shit in the morning, yo. Like honestly. Yeah, man. I'm gonna show a better view, man. Like honestly. Matter of fact, yo, I'm ready to see could I go to my old page and shit, my old YouTube channel. This how I look today. Just right through those second row of trees back there. The second row of trees back there is actually where the prison that I was last at in 2009 and 10. Actually, no cap. I had 2 trips there. True.
back in '06
Twice.
and in 2009. So right through those woods right there, it's the prison where I used to be at, and that's how close I am. I can walk straight through those bushes right there, and that's the prison. It's called Warren Correctional Institution. Warren Correctional Institution. Right through those bushes right there is where I used to go to prison. Well, I was housed at in prison twice. If I was right here, if I was outside at the right time, and you can actually hear the intercom where they saying yard open, yard closed, or something like that. And you might actually hear it depending on how long I be out here making this video for you all. Just showing you all my little side of town, my little my community, Soul City, Google Soul City, North Carolina. And they actually revamped Soul City. So go Google Soul City of North Carolina, Warren County. Um, it's a lot of historical history down here. Soul City, North Carolina. I'm actually showing you all the 2021 look of Soul City. I don't know if y'all can hear those birds and shit, but it's peaceful out here. It's one of those days where I think it's going to rain. So you know how that be. It's not sunny, it's not hot, and it's not cold. It's just a good breeze outside. You hear the birds chirping, the mosquitoes and different flies is not bothering you. Got the little sitting area with the grill. So while you fishing, you can be grilling. And they just currently finished making this little trail like last month. All of this right here was just grass. You can go through my older videos on here and you can actually see other videos. I got several videos of Soul City. You get what I'm saying? So y'all can just go back and look at those and you might can see the difference. As you can see, all of this is grass and you can tell like they just made a walkway for people. You get what I'm saying? So it stays damp and moist down here. So I reckon they did this little pavement, this little sidewalk to give people some dry ground to walk on. All of this is like behind my house, the backside of behind my house. So this is like the little park area. And up there is where I just left from, the little playground and swimming pool. And like I actually said, right behind those trees back there is a prison. It's called Warren Correctional. And if I was out here at a certain time, or if I was out here a little bit longer, you all can actually hear them on the intercom saying yard closed or yard open. And you can hear the basketball dribbling for, the prisoners outside on the rec yard and shit. It's nice down here. Down here saved me. Because if I was still in the city limits, I would be still robbing and I would still be on the scene and stuff like that. And on the scene meaning that I would be in a mix somewhere to the point where trouble or danger can come because I was always
in trap spots, around trap spots, around them hood stores and shit. You know them stores where the Arabs run the stores and shit. No racism to the Arabs and stuff, but you all know those hood stores where the Arabs pretty much let anything go down. Yeah, so down here, Save Me, as y'all can see, is peaceful. I'm telling you, down here, Save Me, because I'll still be in Henderson, which is the city limits where I used to reside at and where I was born and raised and grew up at. So basically, it's just like you stand in Brooklyn, but you done moved to goddamn White Plains or something. That's basically what I'm saying. It just saved me down here. Doing a little walk. So I'm leaving the park area. I'm heading home. Soul City, North Carolina, Warren County. Google it. Yeah, it's peaceful out here. Salute, Miss 702. Salute, Yogi, man. Salute, y'all. I'm gonna show y'all better footage, yo. Man, I'm talking about they got some nice goddamn houses that they done built. I'm gonna show y'all the factories and shit. It's 2 factories that's supposed to had well, they still going on and shit now, but this supposed to have been a big ass community just for the blacks and indigenous people and stuff. But this guy named Jesse Helms, he stopped the funding. He was a racist Republican. He was the senator, or either he was the governor here back then. You get what I'm saying? So he stopped the funding. So Soul City didn't prosper the way that Floyd McKissick Senior wanted to. So now, as y'all can see, everything coming to as he had planned it, and he has a son that's currently now the senator here in North Carolina. His name is Floyd McKissick Jr. So I actually stay on their land and shit. So I used to do groundwork at that place. So it's very historical around here. And I still don't know why they call it Soul City, man, but I gotta get deeper into that. But they used to be like a whole lot of dead spirits and shit around here. So this is a whole plantation land. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna do research on that and shit too. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna bring y'all better I'm gonna do this shit a better way and shit, cause my shit was freezing up a little bit and shit too. So I'm gonna just show y'all the new houses and the new developments and shit. And I actually stay down the road from the Purdue chicken plant too. They so 1, 2, 3. So that's actually 4 factories that they done made down here since the 70s. You get what I'm saying? It's supposed to have been a whole lot of textile industries. It's supposed to have been a whole lot of factories and all of that shit, man. But like I said, that man, that racist man, his name Jesse Helms, he kind of he blocked the funding. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get better into this. But I was just showing y'all footage from my old channel, my old page and shit. You get what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be tapping in with y'all, man. And I got a Patti LaBelle. I'm gonna be breaking that shit up too. Patti LaBelle. Y'all gonna see the side of Patti LaBelle that y'all ain't never seen before. I'm gonna be dropping some shit on her too. So be on the lookout for that shit too. Salute Yogi. Salute Miss 702. Appreciate y'all, man. Honestly.